Unlike many artists, he painted self-portraits throughout the entirety of his career. We think of artists maybe like Rembrandt or Dürer or Van Gogh who have similarly done this, but very few in art history have made self-portraiture such a focus of their practice. The earliest work in the exhibition dates from when Freud was about 16, the last one he was about 82. It's an extraordinary journey through both his process of aging, the development of the artist from a young boy to old man, but also you really get under the skin of his practice and how he developed as an artist, the changes in his painterly style and technique. He does it at moments that are important in terms of the development of his practice. When he chooses, yes, I'm going to become a painter. When he's starting to make a name for himself. When he's changing his painting style, and it's as though he's trying to pit himself against his developing technique. Also, in older age, he was incredibly unsentimental. He used to say that he wanted to paint himself to death. And he has this extraordinary, unflinching scrutiny onto his own aging flesh and seems to be really preoccupied in how to render this, capture this, and translate this into paint. Some of his self-portraits are incredibly imposing. You get Freud full on. Sometimes he's looking down at the mirror that he's obviously using to paint them with, quite imperious and imposing, as I say. But at other times he's incredibly playful, almost self-mocking, as if to say, well, you know, the whole process, the whole idea of a self-portrait, of capturing your own likeness in paint, it's only ever a mirrored reflection. You're not really ever looking at the artist directly himself. It's a way of kind of making evident that sort of very intense relationship between the painter and his sitters that takes place in his studio. And the three become the subject of these paintings where he just positions himself very tangentially in the margins of the paintings. Very few have depicted themselves with such extraordinary candor, and he does this very late in life. It's an extraordinary painting that on the one hand sort of seems to suggest frailty and vulnerability in terms of his aging body, but also his gesture, he's holding up his palette knife, is sort of quite victorious.